All right, guys. So our next topic here, sort of, not really in the same. I guess it's only connected because of Moon Knight in a lot of ways, and we were just talking about Oscar Isaac. But the full cast list for the Hawkeye series has came out because they recently started filming it, and there's some interesting names on there. Primarily one that I find to be the most interesting. We'll get into it in just a second. But we got Vera Farmiga joining the cast. We have God, what else have we got here? Haley Steinfeld confirmed, and there was recently some set photos and stuff of her shooting. She's playing Hawkeye's daughter. Then we got Florence Pugh, who is the most interesting one because she is playing Black Widow's sister in the Black Widow movie. So we have some tie-in there. So that is, let's say it for the 5th time now. That's interesting. Then we got Frothy, not familiar with.
Frothy.
Tony Dalton, not familiar with either. And then this is going to be the day of butchering names. Alaqua Cox. I'm not laughing at her. It just sounds like you're saying something else. It sounds like you're saying something else. Okay. And then Zon Mclaren, who was recently in Doctor Sleep, and then he was in the show Longmire. I like him. He's cool. I'm not familiar with the other ones. The Cox, man. It sounded like you said, "I like ya Cox." Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I heard as I said it. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah. I apologize. I apologize, Alaqua. Okay. I'm sorry. But again, the interesting thing about this was the connection to Black Widow. Because everyone's been kind of assuming that Winter Soldier would have some tie-ins with Black Widow, and maybe they weren't able to release, Falcon Winter Soldier before Black Widow before Falcon Winter Soldier came out because there'd be tie-ins and all that kind of stuff. But with the addition of Florence Pugh, I mean, that right away indicates there's going to be some tie-ins with Black Widow in some capacity, maybe not directly tied to the movie, but a character we're getting introduced to for the first time in Black Widow is appearing in this. So what do you guys think? You guys excited for the Hawkeye show? You just casting got anything? I think the one that's most exciting about is probably Vera Farmiga, but
what is she from?
Lots of. She's in Base Motel. She was in Godzilla King of the Monsters most recently. I don't know.
She was in Up in the Air, right, with George Clooney.
Yep, she was. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I watched it. Did you watch that movie?
Up in the Air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a good movie.
It was good. Yeah. It's not the kind of movie we would normally talk about on the show and everything, but it's a good movie though.
It's more of a serious drama type.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was good. She's good. Yeah, she's great.
I'm super excited for this Hawkeye series though. Like, they've some set photos came out this week, and they've got shots of Haley. Is Steinfeld? Am I saying that right?
Yep.
As Kate Bishop, and I'm super pumped for that. And also they have Pizza Dog, which is pulled directly from one of the best, not just best Hawkeye runs, but one of the best comic runs of the past decade.
Pizza Dog?
Those big words.
Pizza Dog. Yeah, it's just like, if you want some good, some character driven storytelling with some good, just basic superhero guy, street level guy trying to do right by his neighborhood and just kind of always being a fuck up despite all his attempts to not be. I can't recommend Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run enough. And anyway, Kate Bishop and Pizza Dog were heavily involved in that run, and I'm hoping that this series, I'm assuming this series takes some cues from that run, so I'm super excited about it.
Yeah,
it should be really good.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Sounds interesting.
Of all the Hawkeye, or not Hawkeye, but of all the MCU shows, the Hawkeye one was the one I was least excited about. Not because Hawkeye's a bad character or anything like that. It's just, even with Black Widow and honestly, in some degree, even WandaVision, I would have never thought there would be a lot you could do with them in their own setting. Because if you were doing Wanda from X-Men, because this Wanda isn't really that Wanda, I could totally see you doing stuff. But that's more I've always felt like big movie stuff, but like now that we know what they're doing with WandaVision, it makes a little bit more sense how like what they're doing. But I've just never thought there'd be too much you could do. Like we're getting a She-Hulk show. Like, what are you gonna do with a She-Hulk show? You know, what I mean, they're just things that like in my mind,
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if I needed it.
She-Hulk's a lawyer, so you get your legal drama.
I know if they go that route,
Your
it'd be,
legal drama.
You
into
wouldn't
Yeah.
like her when she's angry.
it'd be fun if they go that route though. Like if it is like a procedural, like a Law and Order, but with She-Hulk, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be cool. I mean, there's a reason Law and Order and NCIS and all those shows lasted as long as they did. Like,
Well, it'll be interesting to see how once She-Hulk's out, it'll be extremely interesting to see how they balance that aspect of her life with the action part of it, much in the versus how like a show like Daredevil did it.
mhm.
Because Daredevil also featured a lawyer, but it skewed a lot more
Yeah.
towards the superhero aspect of it, the lawyer stuff. While it had its place, it didn't factor. It wasn't like even it wasn't like an even 50-50 split.
Yeah,
There was-
right. He was like, there was like he didn't try any cases unless they had something to do
Yeah.
with Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
when it comes down
by
to
the
it.
way, apparently December 1st, I mean this past week, the rights for Daredevil reverted back to Marvel instead of Netflix. So apparently
yeah.
there was a big online petition campaign to revive the Daredevil show, and apparently Vincent D'Onofrio, the kingpin of the Daredevil show, was lending his support to it. So I don't know that this will be a Snyder cut scenario, but I wouldn't mind seeing it come back.
Of all the things to make a comeback, I'm totally fine with that. That and honestly, dude, of all the things, at least as far as Marvel Netflix goes, if I had it my way, Charlie Cox would still be Daredevil, and John Bernthal would still be Punisher. Because
Punisher.
that, dude, they nailed that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
like granted, it was like that character that was written then, and I don't know if Kevin Feige's gonna want his Daredevil and his Punisher
To be like that.
yeah, so like that's kind of the only caveat there, and like I have no reason to really doubt Kevin Feige at this point. So I don't know, like, but yeah, if I could, especially with how Daredevil season 3 ended, kind of wanted to see where it was going. Punisher, like you could kind of say loosely wrapped up in a lot of ways, but he never really got to be full. I feel like even with season 1 and 2, he was never full on Punisher. He was still just dude with gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I'd love to see him come back, but I doubt it's going to happen. But Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, though, also perfect casting. Like of all the castings that Kevin Feige had nothing to do with, they nailed those ones. Like,
Mhm.
like for sure. So, but yeah, what do you guys think? Let us know about all this Hawkeye stuff. Are you excited to see the Hawkeye show? Are you like me? Because my kind of point too with not to say, like I said, I don't dislike Hawkeye or anything like that, so don't misquote me. I just I like them, like Black Widow, Hawkeye, you know, they've all been just really good in like the supporting roles, and I love seeing them in those supporting roles. Not that they can't be in their own show, because they obviously can be in their own show in their own movie. It's just never been characters I would have been personally super compelled to, like, I don't know, see or make a show of myself. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But what do you guys think about the casting information, and are you excited for the Hawkeye show? Let us know down in the comment section below.